first of all, I have to say welcome. Second of all, and this is important, I have a special thing I want to ask people to do. If you remember Hernan, who has sent me photographs of years of being together and made me relive all the times. And what I would like to ask you is, let there be something about our period of time which is different from what the news are. Many years ago, I started to write a diary, and I wrote every day, sometimes 3 lines, sometimes 10 lines, but you know those little books per year. And for Father's Day, I took a whole bag of those yearly books of the time when the kids still lived in Oceanside, when we still lived in Oceanside. And we began to pick randomly at days. And it was wonderful. We need to balance the newspapers. We need to balance the stories of how awful we are. And think about it, okay? What I'd like to do right now is to do what I promised. I am able in this painting to be able to do some parts with finishing touches. And Jesse's going to move the camera around to prove it, okay? Let me first go back to what I promised. I had promised that I wouldn't touch the people in front until we do our class, okay? So let me right now add and subtract. I'll put my glasses on, and if anybody has any questions, go for it and ask. Okay? First, I need to bring some of the gold on Marsha's clothing. Okay? And I need to outline the way the arm is. Marsha is very elegant, and when I used to go to classes at Magnolia, I would always try to sit so close to Marsha that I could see how straight her back was, how she didn't slump, and I tried to be like her. So, let me outline her a little more and show you how she never slumps. This painting is now turning out to give me a lot of joy, because Kenny had come up with an idea. He said, "Mom, your hand is not as steady as it used to be. So don't add any more faces. Leave the faces You can touch up a little bit with color, but that's about it. But show the people as beautiful as they are. First, I'm going to cast a shadow, because a shadow outlines, and I'm going to experiment and see, because until I put a color there, I really don't know what it'll look like. So let's do a little shading. And if you have friends who wash flannel often, pajamas, things like that, no acrylics, no things which are not made of natural materials, because only cotton or flannel allows you to do this. I knew somebody, an elderly woman, who never wore anything except cotton. And she said, other materials don't absorb. And I have to tell you, that's true in painting also. See what's happening now? The moment you put something around a shape, it allows it to become three-dimensional. See what I mean? Bit by bit, together with the undertones that we have, and together with cotton which has been washed over and over again. We create material. Slowly but surely, we're getting 3 dimensions. The 3rd dimension is depth. Now, this is where the little bird once was. He's gone. But let's allow ourselves to put a substitute beauty. And if you feel that this painting will ever not be finished, it will be finished one day. But never hurry. Have a part of life which gives you freedom. When dinner needs to be made, That's one thing. But when you're making a painting, nobody knows when it'll be finished. Only you and the painting will know. See the difference? The little bird was the wrong shape. And he sat at Marcia's arm and was beautiful, but the shape didn't work. Now, I have too much green here. I've lost the balance. So that has to go. I'm doing what Kenny had said I should do. He said, Mom, accept the fact there's certain things you can't do anymore at 94 with a shaky hand and no easel. But that doesn't mean you can't have fun. Right? The sun is coming this way, and I don't want to pull the shade. So let me just keep working in this way. See the sun hitting there? Okay. Right over here. And I will not touch this when you're not watching. I will work on other parts, because goodness knows there's an awful lot of work still not finished. You know, Norman Rockwell, my idol, he always made shadows that were intriguing. So did medieval painters. And he learned from them. If you look at a Rembrandt or that period of time, they're always deep shadows. I think this bird is going to become a different bird. A pigeon doesn't fit there. Let's see what he'll be. I'll work around him. Why am I saying him? I'm sure there are female pigeons also. How much time do we have? Lots of time. Jesse, are there any comments?
Not yet.
Okay. I'm going to move this up a little because the sun is interfering. Okay. the glare is less. Now I have to put a background here that's not so spotty. Let's try this. Let's try this brown. And if it doesn't work, we'll try something else. You see the fun you can have when the undertones are there. Now, the decision of what to do with this pot is going to affect her sleeves. Let's see. I like the purple, but I'm not sure. And Jessie, if there are any comments, let me know, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now I know what to do here because the blue is going to be perfect. Again, see what undertones do. And Dory is going to be putting this on YouTube. And in about a week or earlier, it'll be on YouTube. See, now I can curve it because I have undertones. see the three dimensions that suddenly are beginning to exist. I have too much blue in Marsha's pot. I guess there aren't going to be any comments today. And I miss them. What I loved when I first began painting in the street was the audience. And your comments are my audience here, and I miss that. So let me just say, that I hope that all of you learned what you came to want to learn. And that is, everybody needs to do something which creates beauty. And I found that everybody in some way takes advantage of beauty, either by preparing a meal, having a garden, hugging a child. Keep doing that. And Jessie, thank you for taking over for Kenny. And thank you for being there for me. Jessie has always been there for me. When I do painting or drawing, I always turn to her for wisdom. And I think the time must be over, am I right?
You got 4 minutes.
Then in 4 minutes I can finish this sleeve. And then next week I will start putting darks on the table to bring out the things that I can't do. Because they're wet. And when we close, Jessie stays in order to put the program on so I can see what you're seeing. For me, that's the fun part. Though this is even more fun. And what I'll do when it's a little drier, I would like to put some streaks of brown into her hair. But I don't think it'll work today. I think it has to wait until it's drier. Because I want to curve her hair. And it's not dry enough for the streaks to show. So let me say good night to all of you and wish you a wonderful day. And above all, thank you, Jessie, for being here when we needed you.
Everyone is saying goodbye.
The what?
Everyone is saying goodbye.
Goodbye. And thank you.